This lecture is continuation of previous lecture about functions. Let us start this lecture by discussing elements of user-defined functions. First element is function declaration or prototype. It's actually information for compiler. Second element is function call. This calls the actual function. Third element is function definition. This contains all the statement to be executed by the function. Now the detail of function declaration. Function declaration is model of a function. It's also called function prototype. It provides information to compiler about the structure of function to be used in program. And function declaration is terminated with semicolon. It consists of these three parts, that is name of the function, then return type of the function, the number of parameters and type of parameters within that function. Its syntax of function declaration, starting with return type followed by function name, that is followed by list of parameters. Return type indicate type of value that will be returned by the function. Name of function indicate the name of function as an identifier, and parameters are the values that are provided to a function when the function is called. Its example, programming example related to function declaration. Its hash include iostream.h using namespace std, int max with these two parameters. It's actually function declaration. Then its function definition, int max, int a, int b mean find maximum number between a and b. Its main function, the maximum function is called in main function. Here is a call statement. The result of maximum value will be stored back in m. Its display of m, return 0. Now function call. The statement that activate a function is known as function call. The following steps take place when a function is called. That is, the control moves to the function that is called. Then all statements within the body of the function are executed one by one. Then control returns back to calling function. So these three steps shows sequence of function execution. Then function call mechanism, its main function, function calling, that is this one as well as this one, both are function calling. Control will transfer to the definition of this function. Here is definition of user defined function, its body of user defined function. Example of function call, it's a main function, a few variables within main function, value of variable a and b. Its call statement, m is equal to max of a comma b. Max is user defined function with two parameters a and b, and it will return a value that will be stored back in m. Definition of a function or defining a user defined function. The set of statements that explain what a function does is called function definition. A function definition can be written at before main function. You can write it after main function is second option for you. You can write it in a separate file as well. So you have three options to define function: main, before main function, after main function, or in a separate file. Syntax of function definition. The general form of a C++ function definition is as follows. It starts with return type followed by name of function followed by parameter list. and its body of main function starting from opening curly bracket ending at closing curly bracket. So basically these are four parts in function definition. That is, first one is return type, second one is function name, third one is list of associated parameter with this function, and fourth one is body of this function. Sample example of function call highlighting various parts of this function. Suppose we want to find maximum between two numbers, then int max, int a, int b, opening curly bracket, if a is greater than b return a, else return b. This int shows return type. Main function will return a value of type integer. Its name of function as an identifier, it's not a keyword. These two are parameters or arguments of this function, and its body of the function starting from this opening curly bracket to this closing curly bracket. Now let us discuss actual and formal parameter. Actual parameter, this is the argument which is used in function call. Then formal parameter, this is the argument which is used in function definition. Main actual parameter are used in function call and formal parameter are used within the definition of function. That is a programming example highlighting actual and formal parameter. Its main function, it's a variable with initialized value square a. It's a function call with a parameter a, that a is actual parameter of the function. Then control will transfer towards the definition of this function, that is void square int a. Now this argument is called formal parameter. Its function definition and arguments used in this definition is formal argument or formal parameter, and argument used in function call is actual argument or actual parameter. Various forms of function argument. Function argument can be a constant value. For example, sqrt 15, 15 is a constant value. Then function argument can be a variable. For example, here a is a variable. We can use an expression as a function argument as well. Its function, its expression, that is a multiply 5 plus b. And similarly, it's also an expression sqrt of x, main expression as a result of other function. So we have these three options or three various forms of function arguments. Now various ways of passing arguments. First one is pass by value. In call by value or pass by value method, the value of variable is passed to the function as a parameter. The value of the actual parameter cannot be modified by formal parameter. In pass by value mechanism, the called function creates a new set of variable in stack and copies the value of arguments into them. Different memory is allocated for both actual and formal parameter because value of actual parameter is copied to formal parameter. Mean both are at different locations within memory. Its example of pass by value. This program is basically swapping two variables values by using function exchange. So include iostream.h using namespace std. Its definition of user defined function to swap values of a and b. Its main function, body of main function, local variable declaration and their values. It's a user defined text message to display values of two variables a and b before swapping. Then call this swapping function exchange with these two parameters a and b. Control will transfer to function definition. At function definition, the two parameters used in function call here a and b, these two are actual parameter and it's passed by value method. Now it's function definition and these two are formal parameter. Both will be treated as different variables and its code are statements to swap values of a and b and its display of values after a and b. So example output of this program, that is before swapping a is 5, b is 10 and after swapping a is 10 and b is 5. Now discuss the second method of passing arguments, that is pass by reference. In pass by reference or call by reference method, the address of the variable is passed to the function as parameter. The value of actual parameter can be modified by formal parameter. In pass by value, it can't be modified by formal parameter, but in pass by reference, the value of actual parameter can be modified by formal parameter. So same memory is used for both actual and formal parameter, since only address is used by both parameters. Mean both parameters share the same address, while in pass by value both variables were at different locations within memory. In pass by reference mechanism, instead of passing values to the function being called, referenced or pointed to the original variables are passed. Now let us look at example associated with pass by reference. Its example, an example to swap values of two variables. Its function definition, that is void exchange. The symbol ampersand symbol is used to pass argument address, that is int ampersand x, mean pass address of x and pass address of y. So instead of passing values, we are here passing reference of two variables, that is x and y. So that is function definition, mean these two are formal parameters. Actual parameters are used in function call and that function is called from main function. Here is main function. Its actual call of this function, that is exchange a comma b. These are actual parameter, and in function definition these two are formal parameter. So a and b and x comma y both are actually referring to same memory location, mean x is referring to same location of a and y is referring to same location of b, and its code to swap values of these two parameters. After compiling and execution of this program, its output of the program, that is values of a and b before swapping and values of a and b after swapping. Then third method is pass by pointer. This method copies the address of an argument into the formal parameter. Then inside the function, the address is used to access the actual argument used in the call. This means that changes made to the parameter affect arguments. Its sample program to highlight concept of pass by pointer. Its function declaration, function definition, and in function definition these two formal parameters are actually pointer variables. Static shows pointer variable, and static A and static B mean A and B are used as pointer variable in this statement. And in function call, here is function call, that is exchange ampersand A ampersand B. So ampersand A mean we are passing address of A, and ampersand B mean we are passing address of B. So it's code to swap content of these two variables. So let us look at output of this program. Its output before swapping A is 5, B is 10, and after swapping A is 10 and B is 5. Now the difference between local and global variables. Local variables are declared within the body of the function, while global variables are declared outside the function. Normally global variables are declared before main function. Then the second difference is local variable can be used only in function in which they are declared. However, global variable can be used in all functions. The third difference between local and global variables is local variables are destroyed when control leaves the function. However, global variables are destroyed when the program is terminated. Mean lifetime of global variable is till the termination of program, and lifetime of local variable is till the control leaves the function. The fourth difference is local variables are used when the values are to be used within a function, and global variables are used when values are to be shared among different functions. Mean local variables are non-shareable variables and global variables can be shared. Now a program to highlight the local and global variable. Hash includes IOStream, namespace std, these two int A and B, these two are global variables. Actually it's global variable declaration. Then int mul with these two parameter is a user defined function definition, function declaration. Then its main function, local variables, values of local variables. Here is a user defined text message to display value of global A and global B. It's called to a function that is returning a value. Then its display of A multiply B and result of multiplication of these two values. At function call, control will transfer from this instruction m is equal to mul A comma B to function definition int return type of the function mul with two parameter. Here we are changing value of local variable A is equal to 9. Just display this value and return multiplicative result of x and y. Now let us look at its output. Global A is 5, global B is 10, local A is 9. It's important to observe that the value of local variable is not changing value of global variable, that is 5. So it's A multiply B, that is 5 multiply 10. Both are values of global variables A and B, and the result is 50.